Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm gonna give people a few more minutes to just come on. Okay, I'm gonna just give a few more minutes. Hey, yes, it is Thursday night, October 18th, 2018. So, well, hello, everyone. I am Pamela Boudre, and I am coming tonight on self doubt. We all deal with self doubt at some point. And so I just want to, kind of help us get through that. Hey, Samuel, with the self doubt. Because sometimes, well, I won't say sometimes, but self doubt comes from fear, and one of the things with self doubt is it is lacking confidence within ourselves. So that's what the enemy will use when he'll put that little doubt in our head, like if God give us something to do, such as write that book, or doing what I'm doing, coming on live, or writing a play, or getting that new job, he'll put that self doubt in your mind, thinking like, well, who gonna think that I'm worthy of the job, or will I be able to do a good job? And so, hey, Katrina. So when you hey Trina, so when you have that self doubt and that lack of confidence, then the devil will play that all on your mind. So I'm just gonna, say with just do whatever it is that how to build up that self confidence is just asking God, to come in and to help you with that, get over the fears, and he will do that. So it's 5 steps that I'm gonna give you tonight. I already mentioned one, and to overcome fear, overcome that self doubt, because God said He created us, hey Jeff, in His own image. And once He created us in His own image, that He said we were good. So no matter how we portray or come off to others, as long as you're doing what God has called you to do, it doesn't matter what they say. You just have to get started, and perfecting it later will come as long as you keep doing what God has told you to do. So, one of the things to get over the self doubt or fear is to pray and ask God to help you. That's number one. He will give you scriptures such as in Philippians 4:13, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when you have that self-doubt, you just continue, if you have to repeat that in your head, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And sometimes people don't even have to know that you're saying that, but whatever it is that God called you to do, if it's that new job, if it's, going for a promotion, if it's stepping out on faith, if it's writing a play, you got to think big. If it's, starting that, investing company, or whatever company that God has for you, and He's saying now is the time to do it fearfully. And then say that prayer, because that prayer right there is powerful, because He gives us the strength to do all things through Him. So when you feel like you can't do some of those things, then you can just continue to meditate on that, which will lead me to number 2. You can meditate just 5 or 10 minutes a day. You just get still before God, and you just close your eyes, and you just see yourself doing whatever it is that God has called you to do. If it's singing, you just see yourself filled with a coliseum of people who came out just to see you. Close your eyes and meditate on that. If it's a new house that you're trying to purchase, see yourself in that house as you meditate. See yourself, if you got a healing in your body, see yourself being healed. So you just meditate, put yourself in a positive position, and when you meditate, you think on those good things that God has called you to do, and just see yourself in the future, near future too, not 10 years off. It could be 3 months from now, what it is that you want to do. And you just close your eyes and you meditate and you just get quiet before God. And, at first your mind is going to start thinking of a million things for you to do. So it's going to take practice of sitting still before him. Like me, when I'm at home, I don't watch TV a whole lot. I probably looked at TV none this well, except for in the mornings. I watch Joyce Myers at 6, and then I'll watch Creflo Dollar at 6:30 in the morning. So, and then sometimes I could, if I'm running a little late, I could get a little bit of Joel Osteen in. But that's the only time I watch TV. So I don't know what's going on in the news because it's always depressing. So I always try to stay in a positive place. If I hear something bad, I pray. So anyway, you just meditate for about 5 or 10 minutes, and just get before God and just let him speak to you in a small voice, to say, you just say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Envision yourself in that place where you want to be. And then on the third one, you can identify your strengths, because, we all have strengths and we have weaknesses. So identify the things that you are good at, and see how you can make it better. And then for those areas that you might be weak in, then that's when you can ask somebody to help you. Because a lot of wealthy people, thank you for showing some love. A lot of wealthy people, what they do is they think about all their strengths and they deal with their strengths. And then for their weaknesses, they pay somebody to come in and do what they, to utilize their weak spots. They might pay somebody. So if you're not good at being an accountant and keeping a budget, then you hire somebody that can do that for you. So once you get to that place, you could just do as God say, you could just do anything through him that strengthens you. So you just want to continue to, 1, pray and ask God to show you, 2, to meditate, 3, identify your strengths and expand on those, and then practice positive affirmation. So when you speaking to yourself, hey Derek, when you speaking to yourself, I look in the mirror sometimes and, like I said, I grew up with people always saying I was a pretty black child. And now I embrace it. But when I was a child, I didn't like being called black. And a lot of us dark-skinned of people still don't like that. But I'm okay with it because God made me chocolate. And I can't deny that. I'm not going to bleach my skin. I'm not going to do any of that because I have the confidence now that I am that pretty black girl that he created way back in my mother's womb. So I'm thankful today that I can embrace it. But back when I was younger, I didn't embrace that. I was doubting myself, especially if I liked some boy and he didn't like me. The first thing I thought about was, well, maybe he don't like me because I'm dark. And then I've experienced some guys saying, I don't date dark-skinned girls. Well, shame on you because you missed out. So once you get that self-confidence, it doesn't matter because God said that he created everything good and everything is good. So you have to look yourself in the mirror sometimes and be like, you look good, girl. Dude, you is fine today. You got to do that. Because if you wait, on affirmations from somebody else, sometimes you might be waiting, just depends. So you want to definitely tell yourself some good positive things about you. Because what the devil will do is say you stupid or call you dumb, that who's going to want you to, I used to do daycare, when I was a stay-at-home mom. And one of the things that was, somebody said, well, who gonna want you to keep their kids? The same people who want somebody else to keep their kids. You know what I'm saying? So yes. Hey, Latrice. So, you gotta speak life into yourself, because the enemy always like to come into our head and make us think that we're not good enough. And sometimes society make it seem like we're not good enough if we're not tall enough, if we're not small enough, if we're not light enough, if we're not dark enough, if we're not speaking a certain way. Society will have us messed up. But God said we could do all things through him who strengthens us. So you just have to, make sure that when you having that self-doubt, you just start speaking positive things to yourself. You are a child of the King of the Most High. I am loved. I love myself. You just talk to yourself, and you say in the mirror that, God created you and he made you wonderful. He said he didn't make a mess. He didn't make a mistake. So when you was created, however you was created, it was not a mistake. So you got to speak affirmations into yourself, and you deserve. I deserve to be in a good place. I deserve to live nice. I deserve to drive a nice car. I deserve to have money. You got to speak those things so they can come to you. We got to watch our mouths, because our mouths is death lies in the power of the tongue. So we got to watch how we speaking. Life and death, is in the power of our tongue. So we got to speak life to ourselves. You don't want to speak death, because once you put it out there, the atmosphere takes it. So you got to guard your mouth on how you speak against yourself or anybody else for that matter. What we like to do is, or what we should do, is build up each other and not tear each other down. It doesn't take a lot to say, hey girl, you look cute today, or hey guy, you smelling good. It doesn't hurt to give somebody a compliment, because that goes a long way. Amen. So after you practice positive self-talk, then surround yourself with positive people. You don't want to be around nobody who is going to tear down you or tear down your goals or don't believe in your dreams. You want to surround yourself with those people who are trying to go to the same level as you, and if not further, you want to be around people who is going to challenge you to do better as a person, as an individual. If you got somebody always saying, you good, and knowing you acting a fool, and they keep telling you, oh, you all right, you good, you don't want to be around them. You want somebody to tell you, nah, you ain't do that right. You need to apologize. Because that's what's going to make you a better person, when you got somebody in your life telling you the truth. Because we always can have somebody saying, yeah, you need to do this, and yeah, you need to do that. When it's not good. Hey, Paris. When it's not good. So when you have somebody in your life that's really telling you the truth, it's cool. If you got that friend, your mom, or that spiritual mother, or just an uncle, a dad, when they speaking to the men, you want somebody to tell you the truth, because we all need somebody. Hey, Lady June. Hey, Nicola. Yeah, so we all need someone to tell us when we're wrong. And we need somebody to tell us when we're right. So just allow yourself to be around those type of people who is going to, continue to help you build your dream or where you're trying to go. Speak affirmations to you. And stay positive, keep you on a positive note, because our mind want to think the worst. Our mind want to think so negative, so that's where the self-doubt come in at. So you just want to continue to tell yourself that I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's Ephesians. I'm sorry. That's Philippians 4:13. The Ephesians, I was about to say, Ephesians 6, that's putting that whole armor of God on. That's what I need to be saying every day when I walk out this door. But right now, we're talking about Philippians 4 and 13, that I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So, number one, the 5 steps, I'll reiterate them, is to pray and ask God to help you with self-doubt and fear, because he said he didn't give us the spirit of fear. So you want to just ask him to help you get through that. 2, you want to meditate. 5 or 10 minutes, just get your mind clear, and just focus in on what God has for you. And then 3, you want to identify your strengths. And you want to just make sure you continuing to, learn more about your strengths and continue to go in on them. And then where you weak at, then if you need some assistance in that, then you ask somebody for it, or help, or pay somebody, to help you with that. And number 4, you could just practice speaking positivity into yourself, into your life. And you can just practice speaking positivity to people around you, and just see how they light up when you tell them, man, you did that real good, or I really appreciate you. Words of affirmation go a long way. So I always tell people when I'm around them, especially at work, you're doing a fabulous job. Because sometimes our managers forget. So I like to tell people at all times, residents and all of that, I thank God for you. Their face light up, so, and you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I thank God for me and all that he has called me to do, because we all have good in us. There's always something good in us, and don't let self-doubt talk you out of saying that you're a good person or you're a kind-hearted person, because sometimes people take advantage, and then you'll say, well, they using me or whatever, I'm gonna stop being so nice. Don't let nobody change who you are. You be who you are at all times, that core person that God called you to be, which is good and wonderful in his own image. Then you maintain that. Don't allow somebody who have issues change who you are. So you want to continue to, hey Robin, hey Nicole, you want to continue to just speak affirmations to yourself, be positive, and surround yourself around positive people. So when you got somebody that you're around and that's draining you, sometimes you got to just step back, and they don't mean no harm, because they got things they got going on too. So you got to step back away from them sometimes and just get your mind right. You're around those negative people. So, that self-doubt, ask God to help you with it, and he will definitely do that. And you just remember that scripture, Philippians 4 and 13, that I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that is all for now. Just a little bit on tonight. So I appreciate you guys for chiming in. If you like, share it with other people. Like and share. Oh, my YouTube channel is Pamela Boudre. So it's spelled Boudrey. That's my channel, Pamela Boudre. I'd love for you guys to go and subscribe there. And I will see you guys on tomorrow night. But anyway, build somebody up. Build yourself up. Keep a smile on your face at all times. And just love on somebody. You never know who life you might save. And it could be your own. Good night. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. On tomorrow night, I will see you then. Good night.